What is going on, good people of YouTube? It is me, Chavez, back with another Prizepicks video for you. Today is Monday, April 24th, 2023. We're talking MLB player props over on Prizepicks. As always, I hope this video finds you all doing well and in good spirits. Before we get started with today's player props, I just wanted to kind of update you on MLB content moving forward and just let you know that on certain days, the reason you're not seeing an MLB video, it's due to a very small window of time that I have to work with. When we talk about NBA player props, we want to make sure that video gets out there ASAP because we've seen those lines bump really quickly. So I want to make sure that information is being delivered to you on time. And then when we have a very early start time in an MLB on those days like 10:30, 11:30 a.m., it just creates a very small window to work with. And so the turnaround time on that is like super tight, and instead of me just rushing a video and getting some a less than quality video out there to you, I'd rather just take off on that day in terms of creating MLB content and wait for a day where we have a larger window to work with, like today. First game in the MLB doesn't start until 5:30 p.m., which gives me a very big window to work with. Moving forward, we will see more MLB content produced on this channel because there will be fewer games in the NBA to talk about, and there will be days in between games, and so we'll have more time to work on MLB content. And then obviously when the NBA season comes to an end, our main focus will be MLB as we transition into the NFL. So hopefully that clears things up. Hopefully that answers questions for you if you had any concerning the MLB content. So with that being said, stick around, drop a like, drop a sub, click the notification icon, and get notified of all upcoming content and videos from me and this channel. And without further delay, let us jump into a few MLB player props that I like for today. All right, I got 3 player props that I want to share with you today, plus a 4-bagger swagger call of the day. Let's start over in Houston with Jose Urquidy, and the player prop that I want to talk about is going to be pitching outs. His line is set to 17.5. I like the under on this one versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Let's head on over to props.cash and I'll tell you why. All right, on props.cash, we're checking out Jose Urquidy's game log. One out of his 4 starts this season, he's gone over this pitching out prop. Give you 18 outs on April 12th versus the Pirates. The other 3 games, he failed to meet that. Looking back at last season, Urquidy only averaged 16.5 pitching outs per game in 2022. So it looks like he's holding trend going into 2023. Actually a little bit below trend at 14.8 so far. He's also up against a pretty strong team in the Tampa Bay Rays. There's a possibility that he gets touched up a little bit in this game. His strikeouts are okay over the last 2 games. They've been down, so he's not missing a lot of bats, which is good news for the Rays, bad news for him. In terms of hits allowed, he's given up 23 total hits in those 4 games. That's roughly 6 hits a game. And in terms of earned runs, there it is right there. 8 earned runs over his 4 starts. That's 6 hits, 2 earned runs in his 4 starts. And he's doing all this in the first 5 innings. So it's possible that we see a, early exit for him. And if that's the case, then he's definitely not going to hit his pitching outs prop. So all that being considered, I like the under on this one versus the Rays. 17.5 pitching props. Whoop, give me the under for Jose Urquidy. All right, second prop on the board is a combined pitcher strikeout prop for Chris Sale and Taj Bradley. I like the over on this one. This is a new one. So we have combined pitcher strikeouts. You see it within the game. You have the 2 pitchers facing each other. You've seen that prop. Now Prizepicks is mixing up pitchers from different games. And so this one for me feels a little too low. Let's head on over to props.cash. I'll tell you why. All right, so let's start with Taj Bradley. Over on props.cash, his line was originally set to 4.5, minus 150 to go over. I don't know if it ever hit Prizepicks at 4.5. Probably not, but currently it's at 5, so it did get bumped up. So in order for this prop to work, ideally you would think 6 and 6 strikeouts for each pitcher gives you 12. That's more than 11.5. Now what Taj Bradley's been able to do over his first 2 starts is just fantastic. 8 and 9 strikeouts combined, 17 over those 2 games, 8.5 average here. He's he's whiffing people. He's whiffing boys to start the season off. Now, he's doing this also in good, in a good amount of time. So the reason I like the fact that he's able to go at least 5 innings is that he's getting what is now like a full run for a starting pitcher. 5 innings is pretty good for a starting pitcher. Had he been pitching, this well, striking out a ton of batters in 3 innings, 3 2/3 innings, that to me is not, sustainable over the season, because we want to see a larger, stay in that game. But the fact that he's giving you 5 innings and he's striking people out means he's very productive and he's not getting pulled. So a lot of good things going on for Taj Bradley today versus the Houston Astros, who are whiffing at a pretty decent rate versus right-handed pitching, 23.6% on the season. That's 16th worst, 16th best in the MLB. However you want to look at it, glass half empty, glass half full kind of person. So that's one part to this strikeout prop. Now the other part is Chris Sale over. We need him to get us 6 strikeouts in this game. Now his individual line over on Prizepicks, or at least on props.cash, is 6.5. So we don't even need him to get us 7. Now, if he got us 7, that'd be great, because, the more strikeouts, the better. But for him to do his part, he needs a minimum of 6, in my opinion. So has he been able to do this consistently over his 4 starts? The answer is yes. So 7 here, 11 here. He goes 6, and he goes 6 against Baltimore and Tampa Bay. So even in games where he's getting his ass shelled, I mean, look at some of these earned runs he's given up. 7, 3, and 5. Look at some of the hits allowed. 7, 4, and 7 in some of these games. He's still able to stay in the game and strike batters out, meaning the Boston coaching staff, the pitching staff, those coaches have faith in him. They're not going to pull him because he gives up some runs. This game is being played in Camden Yards, which is a hitter-friendly ballpark, so it's possible he does give up some production. But as long as he's able to stay in the game and give us 6 strikeouts, he did his part. And I like the other side for Taj Bradley to go 6 innings plus, 6 strikeouts plus in that game. So all that being said, give me the over. Chris Sale, Taj Bradley, 11.5 pitcher strikeouts. All right, and for our 3rd and 4th plays of the day, we're going to head on over to Great American Ballpark, where the Cincinnati Reds are hosting the Texas Rangers. I want to talk about Adolis Garcia's hitter fantasy score, 6.5. I like the over on this one, and the reason I like the over on this one is because I like Adolis Garcia to also hit 1 home run today, as he is our 4-bagger swagger. Call of the day. Let's head on over to props.cash and break this one down. All right, over on props.cash, let's pull up his home run odds on the day. Plus 425 over and minus 700 under. Some of the better odds I saw on the board today. Now, that's not the only reason I like this. You heard me earlier say hitter-friendly ballpark or Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. It is one of the most hitter-friendly ballparks in the MLB this season. In looking into this a little bit more, there's an article written on fantasypros.com by Josh Shepperson ranking, the most hitter-friendly ballparks, and everybody knows that Coors Field is like that top ballpark. But right behind Coors Field is Fenway in Boston and Great American in Cincinnati, and both of those ballparks, hitters are seeing a huge increase in run production and just contact. So when you look at that and you factor in that Garcia has been smacking the crap out of the ball to start the season off. 7 home runs, 28 RBIs on the season. Out of his 20 hits, 10 of them have gone for extra bases. So yes, we want a home run today because a home run will give him more than 6.5 fantasy score. However, there's a possibility that he gets us more than 6.5 without hitting a home run, and that would be okay too. But man, I really want to ring the bell on that 4-bagger swagger call. So I like this for Adolis Garcia. Not a lot of sample size here between him and Lodolo, as according to these numbers, they've never faced each other. But looking at what Adolis Garcia has been able to do to start this season off, I mean, tons of hits. In terms of total bases, I mean, giving you 2 total bases each game. Looking at his hits, 1 hit a game. Obviously, he's not giving you 1 home run a game, but 0.4 home run a game. It's funny how that breaks down to like a small little fraction, a 1/4 of a home run. So looking at all this for Adolis Garcia, and he's in a hitter-friendly ballpark in Great American Ballpark. I just like this for him. So give me the over 6.5 hitter fantasy, very hitter friendly, hitter fantasy score for Adolis Garcia today versus the Cincinnati Reds. All right, so let's quickly recap our plays on the day. We like the under on pitching outs for Jose Urquidy, the over on combined strikeouts for Taj Bradley and Chris Sale. I almost said Taj Gibson. And Adolis Garcia over 6.5 hitter friendly fantasy score. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's MLB player props video over on Prizepicks. Drop a comment below letting me know who you like on the Prizepicks board. Also, let me know what you think about these picks we talked about in our video today. And as always, thank you all so very much for all of the support, the likes, the subs, the comments. Each and every one of those things means a ton to me as it helps this channel get a bit bigger every single day. So thank you so much. Until tomorrow's MLB player props video, best of luck to you all today, tonight. If you tell any of these plays especially, let me know in the comments below. And Chavez is